As you all know, the Chris Salcedo Show is seen on Newsmax all around the country and around the world. And where I can understand how the constitutional conservative message that I, your liberty-loving Latino, dispenses every day can get lost in foreign countries, you know, I'm kind of baffled how some people in America just can't seem to pick up what I'm laying down. Breaking the language barrier. That's what I'm attempting to do in today's preamble. The rotten apple made national headlines when the socialists at City Hall decided they would target pizza restaurants that use coal and wood-fired ovens. The proposal is that these restaurants must reduce their emissions by 75% to appease the socialist man-made global warming god, the primary deity in their non-scientific religion. This measure would effectively shutter 100 pizza businesses in New York. That could put thousands of Democrat voters out of work. Now, this isn't the first crazy anti-American Marxist big government idea to come out of New York City. As mentioned, the majority of elected leaders there are declared socialists. And I've been screaming from the rooftops to Democrat voters to stop voting socialist. But my message isn't getting through. So I thought maybe it's a language barrier thing. Now, I don't know anybody who speaks socialist. I simply don't associate with anti-American folks. But I do know someone who speaks New Yorker. Let me bring in the host of Wise Guys here on Newsmax, my good friend John Tabacco. John, thank you, my friend, for taking the time. And here's what I want to do. I will articulate some conservative, logical, and pro-American ideas, and then you're going to translate to New Yorker. You ready?
Fair enough.
Okay, here we go. Okay, my fellow countrymen of New York, don't you think it would be wise to examine the results of your voting patterns? Election after election, you vote for socialists, and year after year, those socialists use their power that you gave them to steal your money, make your streets unsafe, and generally ruin your life. The idea of voting means you're supposed to elect people who will improve your lives. So you're doing it wrong. Now, Mr. Tabacco, will you translate?
All right, Chris. You know I love when you throw in the bada bings and the bada booms. I text you when you're on air live, but you don't have the New York just down yet, okay? But you're getting there, my brother. In the meantime, I think what you meant to say was this. To all my paisans and paisanettes out there, smarten up. Stop being a bunch of stoonads. If you want to know who's screwing us over, take a look in the friggin' mirror. Every freaking year you vote for these mutts, these mamalukes, and you keep voting for them. What's the matter with you? They rob us worse than the mob in the movies does to people. Our streets are desgraciado. If you don't flip the script, our families will be mort. Don't get it twisted, though. First, this Kathy Hochul chick, she came for our gas stoves, and my mother, Patty, cried. To all the Italian families and restaurants, the kitchen is the core of the family. Now they're coming for our pizza ovens, all under this cockamamie story about the environment. But what do you know? You know what I'm starting to think? This is not exactly about climate change or global warming. The Italian restaurants, the Italian nonas, the Italian pizza ovens, this is a war on Italians.
Ooh,
is that good?
Very good. Okay, all right. I think I'm getting some of the language difference here. Okay, on to my next point. In the latest story out of New York, where your socialist politicians are attacking pizza, it's about more than just denying you New Yorkers yummy food. They will actually be throwing your sons, your daughters out of work. Do you really want your children to learn that government dependence is the only way they can survive in America? John, take it away.
I got you on this one. These judge rules you keep voting for have been shaking us down in New York City for years. Bad enough, year after year. The taxes in New York, they're so high they could choke a horse. And these filthy gavones, they just keep coming back for more. But now they crossed the line. So we got to wake up, people. They want to deny us a friggin' slice of pizza. They're not just coming for our pizza ovens, but now they want to take food from the mouths of our kids, and instead of eating a delicious pizza pie, they want to put our kids on the bread lines, Chris. Something's got to be done, or if you ask me, New York City will be sleeping with the fishes.
So, okay, all right, I think I'm picking up on the syntax here. Okay, so hold on. Last thing. Lastly, I would never recommend the current Republican leadership as an alternative vote for anybody in New York. Guys like Mitch McConnell, John Cornyn of Texas, Liz Cheney, and Mitt Romney, they don't oppose the people making your lives miserable in New York. Rather, they work to enable all the pain those Democrat socialists are dishing out. But I would ask all of you folks in New York to at least hold your socialists accountable. If they vote to harm you, perhaps you vote for, I don't know, a Kennedy-style Democrat. At least you have a better shot at remaining free and not becoming victims to government threats and coercion. Think about it. Mr. Tabacco.
All right. This one's going to be tricky without violating any FCC rules, Chris. But the time is now where the people got to straighten out these losers. First of all, this miserable mayor that we have in this city and his henchmen in the city council, they need to be tuned up a little bit. Somebody needs to step up and put some common sense in them. I don't care if you vote for Democrats. That's what we got here in New York. But find the ones who have half a brain in their head. If you want your kids to even have a half a shot to live free, like New Yorkers should live, we got to make a move on these bums. And if we let them take our pizza, they'll never stop shaking us down. We don't back down. And one of these days, the people who've been knocking us over the head with this communist nonsense, let's face it, it's bad for business. And one of these days, these losers will be running for the hills.
All right,
okay.
Folks, there you have it. I'm hoping we can get through to our Democrat countrymen in New York. Please drop me an email if you know anybody out there who speaks Californian. With all the illegal immigration out there from all over the globe, not even I, a California native, can speak the language in the People's Republic of California anymore. Mr. Tabacco, you are actually focused on the New York's pizza problem, aren't you?
Yeah, very much so, Chris. I want to tell you, I checked in with my favorite pizza man over at Breaking Bread, and he said this is just the beginning. If they take the coal, next they're coming for all the gas pizza. But we went to Joe Biden's backyard down in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware this week for Wise Guys, and asked some people down there what they thought about the socialists in New York taking down pizza. We're in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. We'll also talk to some folks about this pizza business. We'll try out some Delaware pizza. I'm no Dave Portnoy, but the body's a little loose. So good. So good.
They're really they're banning pizza ovens in New York.
Yes.
It's a tradition. Coal fire or wood fire ovens. I mean, it's pizza.
Well, there it is, Chris. You know, you can catch the full episode of Wise Guys every week right here on Wise Guys Saturday night at 10 o'clock.
On Newsmax. John Tabacco, my friend, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you being an interpreter for your liberty-loving Latino here to my friends in New York. You know, folks, in a sign that socialists may have gone too far this time, some New Yorkers are taking a stand. A native of the rotten apple goes viral following Democrats' latest attack on small businesses. Watch this.
Give us pizza or give us death. Give us pizza or give us death. Destroying every small business. That's what this city keeps doing.
All right, the battle cry, give us pizza or give us death. And just like that, like our cousins in the Boston area sent a signal to King George of the Boston Tea Party, the New York Pizza Party stands in opposition to the socialist tyrants of New York City. Activist and artist Scott LoBaido protesting against the proposed New York City ordinance that would target coal-fired and wood-fired pizza ovens. This move would effectively shutter 100 businesses and kill potentially thousands of jobs. Scott LoBaido joining me now to share more on this. Scott, glad you did that. It got attention from all over the country. Have the socialists gone too far this time?
First, let me start off, Chris. I think I speak for Johnny Tabacco as well as myself that we got bumped for old man yells at cloud. Come on. Anyway, listen, I've been doing this stuff for 30 years. Those people have known me. I've thrown fake blood at the DA's office and got arrested because of what happens there. I've carried electric chairs I built around City Hall, and I've been doing this for 30 years. But for some reason, this, funny as it may seem, throwing pizza. Everybody was laughing, whatever. But think about it. And a lot of people said, Scott, you should be ashamed of yourself wasting pizza. Listen to me. I'm Italian from Staten Island. I eat pizza 3-4 nights a week. Do you know what the pain was for me to throw that pizza? But in 1773, those people loved their tea, but they made a sacrifice. And they threw that tea. You understand? It's the same thing. This was a shot heard around the world. It wasn't about the pizza. This is not about the pizza. The pizza was the symbolic creative expression that represents all of the effing insanity from these woke climate maniacs like that little girl from Hansel and Gretel and Al Gore and all the way down the road.
Scott LoBaido, you are a modern-day son of liberty, and God's blessings to you, my friend. I appreciate your efforts, and hey, like I said, you went viral. Congratulations, and keep us posted, okay, sir? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.